they begging on my flow. So tech, yes, I know I get it on. Relax, yes, I'm the more on these people looking at me how I do it, man. I be consumed by the good vibes.
What up, y'all? It's the Yungavelle back at it with another video. Hope you guys have been doing great. So, Cora and I wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit because this last 30-day push has taught me a lot. And I don't know if it was because it was during the retrograde, but I learned a lot of things, man, when it comes to manifesting or basically going after something. When you're going after something specific, expect to be tested. Expect for things not to go exactly as you plan, and expect to sometimes have to be flexible enough to make adaptations along the way. So it's so interesting, and I don't know if this was because, like I said, I don't know if this was because it was during retrograde, but the tests were nuts. It was crazy how I would be tested with something. Like, for example, I was tested with something on a Friday that threw my whole equilibrium into disarray. But luckily, I have a great team, and they kind of helped me to get back on track. Because, you know, I have businesses, and we're working on deals and things of that nature. And as you could see, this girl, she's about to eat, so and she's looking miraculously beautiful, huh? Isn't that great? She looks great. So I'm dealing with business stuff, and it just always seemed like there was one hurdle after the next. One hurdle. It seemed like the tests were never ending. And it was for that specific reason that I was inclined to retain for throughout the entire retrograde, because what I was working towards at the moment was basically something that was going to put me in a nice, comfortable spot. And it seemed like the universe was making me work for it in terms of everything, you know, mentally and emotionally, you know, because I didn't really have to do anything physical outside of, you know, be on calls and stuff like that and negotiate. And but it was the specific types of tests that were coming, right? Like, so back to what I was saying. There was a Friday where I got an email that threw me off, threw me for a loop, as if the whole thing that I was working towards was gone. I don't know where that email came from, but it ended up in my inbox, and it threw my whole thing off. Come to find out, after I spoke with my team, they were like, "Yo, that didn't have anything to do with you." But there was like an hour or so where I didn't have an answer, and I was like, "Yo, dang, this didn't work. All the thing that I was working for months just fell through." And my boys were like, "Yo, just let the dust settle. We don't know for sure." And I just remember having a moment of despair where I climbed out of it, and I was like, you know, in my head, I'm like, I'm doing everything right. I'm retaining, you know, I'm journaling. I'm working towards what I'm working towards, you know. And I was like, yo, if this doesn't work, I don't know what. Like, I've deployed every manifestation skill that I know, and if this doesn't work, I wasn't sure, like, how do you make things happen then, you know? Like, you're supposed to be the creator of your reality, and I was doing everything in my power, because, you know, retention is hard, and when you consciously use it and direct that energy in a, you know, positive way, you expect that you'll be successful, you know. And so that Friday came, the dust settled, and they were like, "Yo, everything's still on," right? Boom. All right, cool. The next Friday, 1 week later, a similar thing happens where the deal comes, and the amount was less than we expected. So it was another test. And instead of reacting, I remember being like, okay, this is a similar feeling to last Friday. And so I called it the retest. So it seemed like we were getting retested. And I remember talking to my boy, like, yo, this is the retest from last Friday. And now we are going to deploy what we learned from last Friday into this Friday. And so it was light. It was lighter than it was lighter than the previous Friday because I deployed the lessons of the retest. But I'm telling you, being on retention helps you so much when you're dealing with those kinds of challenges. It just helps to steady your mind so much more. It helps to steady your mind so much more when you're dealing with things like not only the test, you think you passed the test, then the retest happens. But let me tell you guys something what happened in the initial test that really made me feel like I passed it that previous Friday. When I was going through that moment of despair, there was a moment where I was like, like I was just saying, Lord, if I don't know if this doesn't work, what other strategies do I use to manifest things? Like I've been physically going after things, I've been praying, I've been meditating, retaining, journaling, being proactive and all that kind of stuff. And there was a moment of that despair, but then I had a moment where I was like, nah, I cannot lose faith. Like I don't want to not have faith in God. Like even if things don't work out, even if things don't work out the way that I thought, I do not want to lose faith. And that was a crucial moment for me, I believe. That was a crucial moment for me, I believe, because I did not hold on. This girl's every which way. Let me get this girl. She's every which way. 1 second. What are you doing, honey? Can you just chill and relax for a little bit? Can you just chill and relax? Yeah, so that was a crucial moment where even in the depths of despair, there was a moment where I was like, no, I still want to have faith in God. Even if my plan, nothing works out, whatever, I still want to just believe that I'll be all right and believe that things will work out. And, then I got the confirmation later that, things were still on. And that is the thing that I brought with me to when the retest happened. When the retest happened the week after, that is the thing that I brought with me. No, still have faith. Remember what happened last week. Just have faith. It'll be all right. Yeah, it was less than you thought. That's fine. And coming out of the retrograde, whether it was retrograde or not, it could be. I mean, I do believe that it makes things a little bit more, I'll say, interesting, because I don't like to forecast challenging times, So sorry, honey. Yeah. So that was interesting. That was very interesting. Yeah, this girl's everywhere. But yeah, I took that with me, and that was the crucial thing in that moment of challenge of I don't want to lose faith. And I'm telling you, like I said before, retention helps you because retention also boosts your spiritual potency, and that's why you tend to have that good luck and the manifestation, things like that. It tends to happen when you retain because your spiritual potency increases. And I really do believe that. I did a video when I first started the channel about the great sages and the times that they mentioned retention and the power of retaining the seed in the scriptures. And let me open this so she can go in because she wants to go in. There you go, honey. So yeah. being on retention helps you to align with that spiritual potency. And that spiritual potency is absolutely essential when you encounter things like the test and the retest. So it helps you to turn your problems into progress. And that's the reason why I wanted to make this video, because those challenges they were assisted. There we go. Get up there, baby. Get up there. Good, good, good. Those challenges I was able to move through them easier because I was on retention. I was able to steady my mind faster. I was able to become sound, like sound vibrationally, spiritually faster. I was also meditating a lot more. And I was doing everything I needed to do to increase my spiritual potency, which was also why that moment of despair came, and I was like, I'm doing everything that I believe to be right, and yet going through such a challenging time, and even still, not even still. And that's that really helped me to, obviously my faith as well, that helped me to be like, nah, even if things don't turn out the way that you expect, I do not want to lose faith in God. I can't. I don't see myself living that kind of life where I don't have faith in God. And that was huge. That was huge. And that, I feel like, is the main premise of this video, turning your problems into progress. And one of those keystone tenets on the inside is the choice, not really the decision, to still have faith, because your faith is going to be tested when you're going after something. So keep that in mind when the test comes. Keep that in mind when the retest comes, and keep pushing forward. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Have faith in whatever you believe, whatever higher power you believe. Believe. Just believe. So with that being said, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you guys are doing great. I love you guys. I'm back. All that work that I was putting in paid off, or it's paying off. I will continue. I'll say paying in the current sense. It's paying off, and I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. So y'all gonna be seeing more of me. You're gonna be seeing more content. And if you got anything from this video, make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And like I always say, guys, until next time, remember, also check out my new music. I've been dropping a lot of tracks with my boy Storvo, and if you like them, tag me on Instagram at Yungavelle and let me know what you think. So guys, until next time, like I always say, remember, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection.